This is pretty wild. This is insane. And not exactly this post here that says Ilhan Omar is finally getting deported, because I don't know if she is or not. Maybe she will be. Maybe she will eventually. I know. Quick show of hands. How many folks would love to see that happen? Ilhan Omar deported. Let me know in the comments. But I did come across this, and quite possibly a more likely scenario. And hear me out, folks. Let's see if I saved it. Let's see if I saved it. So we've got, don't let me forget, Republican Congressman Mark Green has resigned, eroding the GOP margin by 1 vote. The circumstances surrounding his resigning are currently unknown. AOC says she says some crazy shit. I'm gonna show that to you, and I'm gonna talk to you about these credit cards, okay, being in debt. And it ties into AOC here, so hear me out, folks. But Kristi Noem, this is the big one. Let me find it. Where'd it go? Kristi Noem. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Watch this.
President Trump isn't the only one who says they're concerned about Zohran Mamdani, as DHS Secretary Kristi Noem is reportedly mulling a probe into the socialist candidate during the Homeland Security Advisory Council's first meeting this week. My next guest is the chairman of that council, Republican South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster. Governor, thanks for joining us today. So tell us a little bit, what is this council, and is there going to be an investigation of the Democratic candidate here?
Well, investigation, we don't do investigations. We think and give advice, do research, and gather information. So that'll be up to Kristi Noem or others. But what we do is can be up to 40 people. Right now we have 27. They come from all sorts of backgrounds and different types of work, some with a lot of political experience, others without it, some with international experience, and it's a grand group, but our purpose is to meet, to study the issues, and bring a perspective from outside the department to inside the department to inform the Department of Homeland Security.
And so, with that being said, I've already heard and seen, which you guys may have as well, multiple accounts of NYC mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani possibly being deported. I believe it was Governor Ron DeSantis that was calling for that. No, he was calling for Ilhan Omar. I think somebody else was calling for Mamdani, I think. So, as we see here, Kristi Noem orders a probe into NYC mayoral candidate Zohran Mamdani over communist ties and immigration status. And this is going to unravel, and I'll make sure to bring you guys the latest. And I feel like AOC is going to be somewhere in the mix here. Granted, she's not going to be deported, but she's somewhere in the mix. And speaking of somewhere in the mix, Jasmine Crockett.
As far as I'm concerned, you randomly kidnapping folk and you throwing them out of the country against their civil rights, against their constitutional rights. And frankly, how would they feel if some other country decided that they were going to just start throwing people randomly in our country? Like that is absolutely insane. So yes, all I got to say is y'all need to get these fools out of here. But
obviously somewhere in the mix. And that doesn't include her actually having any real cognitive thought or a measurable IQ based on what she just said. But I digress. Like I said, AOC is going to be in the mix, and her relationship with the socialist communist Zohran Mamdani is about to explode. in her face, and not in a good way or the way that she would like. Or hell, some of you guys, I know I got an older audience. Actually, let me know how old you are in the comments. Type your age in the comments. But I know some folks, regardless of AOC's political preference and thought process and ideology and extreme far left wokeism, would love to have an opportunity to have a relationship. We'll just leave it at that with AOC. To each their own, folks. AOC says she has no reason to cooperate with federal auditors investigating her suspicious $22 million net worth. And if you guys are wondering, much like I am, how you can go from being a bartender to then a public servant working for the government and securing a multi 8-figure net worth in a short period of time, then just quick show of hands. How many folks would love to know how to do that? How many folks would love to know the investment strategies of Nancy Pelosi and apparently AOC? I mean, obviously this didn't come directly from her paychecks, right? This had to be an investment strategy, right? Or maybe, I don't know, maybe she's getting checks cut to her and cash dropped off at her doorstep from some of these NGOs and USAID. Regardless, be that as it may, this guy here, Gray, says 2 years ago he was buried in $300,000 of debt. And what does he do now? And this after his startup crossed $80 million in revenue today. Well, he says he helps people turn their credit line into cash. And Chapter helps people navigate Medicare health plans and find hidden savings when possible, all with a simple phone call to the number that you guys see on your screen. Dial 270-467-2426 and see how much money you could be missing out on saving today. Don't delay. Pick up the phone and call Chapter if you would like your free consultation and work with a professional team to help alleviate the stresses that many of you have already told me you're facing. High inflation, rising costs, fixed income. Chapter's free, and they're here to help you, folks. Dial 270-467-2426 and tell them Kevin sent you. And look, I get it. Medicare can feel like a maze. And with prices climbing, every dollar counts, right? Chapter's licensed advisors cut through the confusion, comparing plans to find the one that fits your needs and budget. And they've already helped thousands uncover savings, sometimes hundreds or even thousands of dollars a year. No fees, no hassles, just real help from real people who really care. So whether you're new to Medicare or just want to make sure you're not overpaying, call Chapter now at 270-467-2426. That's 270-467-2426. Mention my name, Kevin, and let's get you closer to that peace of mind that you deserve. And he has 8 tricks to squeeze free money from your credit cards. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe AOC pulled $22 million in cash out of her credit cards? Highly unlikely. I doubt it. But going back here to Republican Congressman Mark Green and his resignation, well, it doesn't give me a warm and fuzzy. And perhaps maybe we could potentially see more resignations come about as Elon Musk is forming this American party to then challenge Republicans and Democrats and independents, I would imagine, to create this new revolution of our government.
That's always human nature. This is what we have here in the United States. You have MAGA, you have the hardest core opposition to MAGA, and you have a lot of people kind of in the middle seeing which way. The buffoon, Elmo the Mook, formerly known as Elon Musk, Elmo the Mook, he's today in another smear, and this only a foreigner could do this. Think about it. He's got up on Twitter right now a poll about starting an America party, a non-American starting an America party. No, brother, you're not an American. You're a South African. And if we take enough time and prove the facts of that, you should be deported because it's a crime of what you did, among many.
And I got to tell you guys, maybe Suspicious resignations like these could find these folks eventually over in this new party. I don't know the legalities and how that works and how they get a paycheck and this, that, and the other, but I do feel some type of way suspicious of anyone willing to join this American party, specifically anyone from the right, Republican, GOP. I myself appreciate the assistance that Elon Musk has provided to this point of getting our president elected. But I will say this, and perhaps maybe it loses me some subscribers. It causes you guys to, leave nasty comments and say whatever you want to say about me. But at this point in time, I'm pretty much done with Elon Musk.